What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Basically, I'm going to give you my, as people are coming in, first off, make sure you pound that like button, especially just to make me feel better about what happened yesterday. Um, Secondly, as you're coming in, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And, you know, um, I know maybe some of y'all might be watching the Bills game, but I don't really give a rat's ass about the Bills. Jeff R, what's up? Brandon Hatcher's in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining the live. Make True Money. What's up, man? Thanks for joining the live. Jeff R. What's up, man? Thank you for joining the live as well. Appreciate that. Make sure as y'all are coming in, pound that like button, man. That's all I ask. I'm eating right now. Sorry. It's been a long day, and I meal prep late. So, got to get that meal prep in so I can get my gains in, bruh. Bruh. Gotta get them going, bruh. Boom. Built like Christian McCaffrey over here. 5'9", just freaking yoked. I'm just kidding. I wish I was built like Christian McCaffrey. If I keep eating the way I am and stuff like that, I will. So, some of y'all probably think that this live stream is going to be about basically bashing Matt Rhule. And it's really not. It's really about my takes from yesterday's game. I will get into a little bit about Matt Rhule. Do I think he needs to be gone? I mean, yes, but unfortunately for us right now, you don't want to fire a guy after 2 games in the season because who are we going to hire to replace him? And you can only put in an interim head coach, and I don't know if they're going to keep McAdoo and let him just because he's in here his first year, or would they give Steve Wilkes a chance to be the interim? I don't know. But I know David Tepper is losing his patience just as much as we are. Luckily enough, he's the richest NFL owner, you know? So that's good for us, right? But I'll get into the whole Matt Rhule thing here in a minute. As people are getting in, though, make sure y'all guys are pounding the like button. There is 15 people in here, and there's only 7 likes. So let's move that. Let's get all 15 y'all to pound that like button. I know that as you can see coming across, you better pound that like button. You know, subscribe to the channel as you're coming in or coming out, you know. And if you want to show your support to the channel, all you have to do is hit that Cash App. Helps me out a lot. And yeah, I'm going to start coming up with some ideas, though, for you guys for these live streams so to get you all involved. Trying to get some guests to come on, you know, together. Brandon Hatcher, you say that every single time, man, and you stay. So I don't even want to hear it anymore. You're done. Just like the post says, you're done. Sorry, guys. It's been a bit long day. If y'all wonder what I'm eating chicken and rice. Details. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, obviously, the title of this live stream is for Matt Rhule. It's now or never after we lost to the Giants, and it is. So, I have some reflections on this game to the loss to the Giants. And, you know, this is our 9th straight game dating back to last season. And this time it's, you know, against the New York Giants after another terrible offensive showing. Let's just go ahead and say that. Now, prior to Matt Rhule's rebuilds, so to speak, like Temple and Baylor, year 3, as we all know, has been when the program turns the corner, right? Begins to contend for titles, whether that's in the conference, whether that's for the national championship, whatever the case may be, right? But when you lose at home to a Deshaun Watson less Cleveland Browns team, then you go on the road to a young New York Giants team led by a first-year head coach, which I know Brian Dable's got a nice resume, but it raises some concerns, does it not? Right? I mean, it raises concerns to all of us. And I understand that many fans like myself and you guys who come to join the live stream have wanted Rhule dismissed for a long time. And I'm not defending Rhule by any means. But I've always thought that we should have waited until the third year to see what happens, right? And when David Tepper hired Rhule, he understood it wouldn't be a rapid turnaround. And with Rhule's track record, why fire a guy before the year he usually begins winning, right? So that third year leap that we were talking about there with, Temple and Baylor. The Panthers now return home where they haven't won since beating the Saints 1 year ago today. And normally I wouldn't consider a week 3 game to be a must win, which I thought this last game was a must win after we lost to the Browns, because this is this is a must win against the Saints. I'm sorry. Because you can't afford to go 0-3, 0-2 at home as you head into a hard run that includes games against the Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, and Buccaneers. I mean, the Cardinals don't look that great. 49ers got Jimmy G back there. Trey Lance is out for the year. Stafford, the Rams seem to look a little bit better against Atlanta. The Bucs, I still think, are struggling. I mean, these games are winnable. Don't get me wrong. These games are winnable. I think they are, because none of these teams, the Cardinals haven't impressed me. The 49ers haven't impressed me. The Rams haven't impressed me. And the Buccaneers haven't impressed me. Not those. I know it's a tough stretch, but none of those 4 teams really impress me. I'm not saying we're going to win. Okay. I'm not saying that at all, but they don't impress me. The Buccaneers, you can tell they're struggling. The Rams, you can tell they're struggling in areas. The 49ers, they're still struggling. And the Cardinals, they're still struggling. Now, will one game transform this team's fortunes and future of this season? Most likely not. Now, however, going back into the victory column for the first time since back in November 14th of the last year, would definitely get some positive vibes flowing again, and would definitely take the sting off losing these past 2 games. But how do they manage that is the question. How do you think they manage that? Guys, make sure you pound that like button as you're coming in. I much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I go live 3, 4, 5 times a week. I'm here basically every day of the week. Covering the Carolina Panthers. Make sure you pound that like button as you come in. Pound it as you go out. Subscribe to the channel as you come in. Subscribe to the channel as you go out. That's all I ask. And it's for free. Also, guys, we do have a brand deal. Go check out betusa.com. The link is down in the description. Okay? That's all I ask. All right, so back to my take here. So how do they manage to get the good juices flowing? Put everything together, right? How do they do that? Well, first and foremost, this offense has to stay on the field. Okay? There's no excuse for the offense to be this inefficient when Christian McCaffrey is healthy. Your best player. We saw what happened when he was healthy last year. Even with Sam Darnold on the field. With McCaffrey on the field, he attracts a lot of attention. The problem is McAdoo is not using him correctly. Just like I feel like we're not using a lot of players on this team correctly. But back to McCaffrey, he attracts a lot of attention on the field. All right. Now, Oh, Jeff, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. There we go. All right. If you comment, guys, I will post your comments. So feel free to get in the comment section with everybody. Y'all can talk shit to each other. I don't give a shit. All right. You're just going to hear me rant for a minute. Then I'll get into my next rant after I get done with this one, and then I'll answer some questions, maybe some concerns in between. All right. But Christian McCaffrey, when he's on the field, he attracts a lot of attention. And when he's healthy, this offense shouldn't be this inefficient. Which means when he's on the field, he opens up a lot of gaps in the passing game for Mayfield to exploit, right? This offense just has too much potential at the skill position to be suffering as bad as it has, though, through 2 weeks of this season. The offensive line, particularly the two tackles that must live up to the preseason expectations. Taylor Moton has had a poor start to this season, in my opinion, which is alarming given that he is normally the most consistent force on this offensive line. You can't tell me he's not, right? And then rookie Akeem Ekwonu, I'm not going to get on him too much, right? He's a rookie. It's first year. Struggles are going to be expected. But the three inside players, Christensen, Affline, and Corbett, must perform at a high level. Now, on the other hand, it's pretty straightforward. Leave the field. How many times has the defense, though, and I know our defense has basically been our backbone of this team and basically in both of these games besides the run game against Cleveland, and I didn't think Saquon cooked us that bad in this last game, but it's neither here nor there. But how many times has this defense been in a terrific situation, such as 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, and failed to achieve a stop? It drove Phil Snow insane last week, guys. And it sure did me as well. Same in the second half on this yesterday's game when the Giants kept drives alive. All I got to say is I don't have a magic 8-ball that tells me how many victories will protect Matt Rhule's job. But if this team doesn't end the bleeding soon, David Tepper will become impatient and he will make the move in season. And I guarantee you, if it's not week 5, it's going to be week 6. Unless somehow in this next stretch of games that we beat the Saints, we beat the Cardinals, we literally are going to have to be a 500 team by week 6. I'm talking about 3-3. So literally we're going to have to go on a 3-game winning streak and be 3-3 by week 6 to even if Matt Rhule wants to even be here. Okay. Do I see that happening? Not right now. This team could be dangerous. I keep telling everybody this, and I really, truly believe the talent-wise on this team is very good. I think they are very good enough to, if they put everything together, this team is good enough to be dangerous. I really believe that. Okay? I truly do. Guys, make sure you pound that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get yourself in that comment section and let's grow this family together, ladies and gentlemen. Get your comments, get your concerns, get your questions, get them ready. Bring them in there in the comment section. Feel free to support the channel through the Cash App, or you can even do the Super Chat. There's a nice little money $sign right there on the Super Chat. You can throw a nice little support sticker, whatever you want. Throw it my way. Helps out the channel. All right. But if you don't have the money right now, I know inflation's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to just like and subscribe and click that post notifications bell because it's all free. All right. I mean, the Panthers got off to the worst possible start. Think about it. I mean, just talk about like a swift kick right in your nuts, man. I mean, we fumbled, but not once, but twice in this game. In the opening 5 minutes, Chuba gave the ball away straight from the kickoff, man. And then the very next drive, Robbie Anderson caught it on 3rd and 22 when there was no chance of even moving the chains even further. Why the hell he didn't go down makes no sense to me. Super Trebo, I do remember that, man. But I don't think Matt Rhule is the same coach as Ron Rivera. Now, New York managed to attain 6 points from these turnovers, right? The 2 fumbles. Now, thanks to some outstanding plays from the Carolinas defense, I even said in my live stream, we were lucky not to be 14-0 after the first opening 5 minutes. So it could have been a lot worse. Now, the defensive front was looked good early. You know, after a humbling week 1 performance, I think it was a humbling week 1 performance that needed to be done. Frankie Louvu is a stud, by the way. If anybody disagrees with me, you must not watch the game, because Frankie Louvu looked like a stud yesterday. He looked like the closest thing I've seen to Luke Kuechly in a linebacker in a Carolina linebacker position in a Carolina jersey since Luke Kuechly, just in this game. I'm not saying he's the next Luke Kuechly or anything, but in this game, he looked like that kind of player. He looked good. Frankie Louvu looked really good in this game, and that too really surprised me yesterday. And a lot of other, who also looked good to me, who stepped up in this game, and I've been asking to him since we drafted him in the first round. I thought Derek Brown looked great in this game. I mean, Frankie Louvu was a hell of a player in this game. He had 10 solo tackles and 4 stuffs. 4 stuffs. I mean, that's really good. He looked solid yesterday. All right, so back to what I was saying about the early, as how we looked on the defense in the forefront. I'm done talking about Derek Brown and Frankie Louvu, but it was clear, though, that the Carolinas defense had a big point to prove to the New York Giants. And I think Phil Snow imposed there very well early and often, which continued throughout the first half during a dominant display overall. Frankie Louvu, all right, so I'm going to get back into them a little bit, but Frankie Louvu, Brian Burns, Derek Brown were just I think the most notable contributors on this defensive front yesterday. An impressive turnaround, I think, from this group. They came into the contest with, I think, far more questions than were answered. They got blown up by Nick Chubb the week before, before this game. But there was a lot of missed opportunities for Carolina, man. It took a little bit of time for the offense to get going. The Panthers left some points out there on the field, I think, failing to turn the ball into touchdowns in the red zone in the second quarter. Now, although it allowed Carolina to, I think, level things up after 2 field goals of their own, this has been a problem for some time in the red zone. Ever since Matt Rhule has gotten here, and I don't know if it started before Matt Rhule got here, but I just know ever since Matt Rhule's gotten here, we have never been very well in the red zone. And when you get yourself in those predicaments and you got to capitalize on turnovers and penalties and a huge run by Christian McCaffrey that turned into a field goal, that should have never been a field goal. Christian McCaffrey had the best run I've seen him had since 2019 or 2020, whichever it was. And then you go down the field and you don't score in the red zone? Give me a fucking break. And that needs to change. That's a problem that has to change. I don't care who comes in here or if Matt Rhule starts winning games and we start. I don't care. That has to change. We won't win games if we can't score in the red zone, though. That has to change. Especially if Matt Rhule wants to keep this job and win some games. And when I mean win games, I'm not talking about just 5-6 games. I'm talking about 9-10 games. You're already down 2. You got 15 to go. So you better figure it out. And I'm tired. I mean, I know we emerged from the first half positive, but I'm tired of being a second half team, man. The Panthers could have been in a far worse spot before halftime. But luckily enough, they were playing the New York Giants. But we still lost the game at the end of the day. But if we were playing anybody else, that'd been a different story. Those first 2 turnovers are going to turn into touchdowns, and we would be down 14-0 after those first 5 minutes of that game. As I stated previously, guys, the Panthers could have been in far worse position. And it wasn't perfect by any means. But for them to still be in the game after that, I mean, I'm looking back at it like on ESPN right now, just looking, through the play-by-plays and stuff like that. It's just crazy, man. I think right now they'll take Carolina and us will take any encouragement as of right now, any shape or form of that, right? Having the chance to make adjustments at the break level, was a positive step for this team, but that was mistake ridden from the outset already. Another thing that's got to stop. Carolina needs to stop putting Brian Burns in coverage. Consider how low the Carolina Panthers are of reliable pass rushing options already. For defensive coordinator Bill Snow to be dropping his best weapon in his crucial area into coverage is unacceptable. Brian Burns is a wrecking havoc on a rookie right tackle, Evan Neal, but Snow's insistence to have him in the passing defense. For what reason? I have no idea. So something needs to be removed from the defensive game plan immediately. Brian Burns should not be dropping back in coverage. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go rewatch the game. Fucking frustrating, man. It's so stupid. Your best pass rusher against a rookie who Brian Burns should have had a field day on, just like Myles Garrett did on Icky. Makes no sense. No sense. Now I have to talk about my boy, Shi Smith. Shi, what's going on, man? You ate some popcorn before the game? Didn't get laid last night? What? He had a lot of key drops throughout this game and could have made more from a wide open look that was a little overthrown by Baker Mayfield in the third quarter. Just how much is his indifferent performance was down to his injury to, question, before the game, right? However, 1 reception from 6 targets for 2 receiving yards is not going to cut it, man. So why wasn't Rashad Higgins switched in there? Why wasn't Terrace Marshall? Where's Laviska Shenault? Why are we just playing the same 3 freaking wide receivers every single play? Like, switch it up. It's so frustrating to see this. And it's boring. It's not even fun to watch. It's not even fun to watch. Third down conversions got to be better. Not even close to up to par. Not even like, I wouldn't even say it was mediocre. It was absolutely, you got 2 successful conversions on 12 attempts on third down. Absolutely god awful. So they better improve that. We can't afford these problems much longer, given the fact that the strength of the schedule upcoming. Saints, Cardinals, Niners, Rams. Planet, what's going on, man? You missed my rant already. But now I got to talk about Baker. He gave us basically a mixture of, I want to say it was a mixture of good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, it was just, there was some good, there was some bad, and then there was some ugly. So really bad. I mean, although his consistent protecting the football was much improved in the quarter, I think that Baker looked more comfortable under center in the face of an inferior pass rush. But Mayfield had some nice moments for sure, but he couldn't get it done late, and is now staring down the barrel. And we all are, as Panther fans, as our starting quarterback, Baker Mayfield is 0-2 in his first year as a Carolina Panther. Now I got to talk about Icky. I know he's a rookie, but he made mistakes in key moments. I know he got baptized by Myles Garrett in week 1. And I know it was another difficult afternoon. But critical mistakes in key moments cost the Panthers in a big way yesterday. And he did that. Whether it was an offside call on 4th down or 2 sacks, that Aquano let through. But he has to learn quickly that the finest margins make a significant difference at the next level in the NFL. The smallest mistakes can ruin an offense. So now the Panthers have a long road ahead, guys. 9th straight loss for the Panthers. Another game that got away from them late. This has been the tale of the tape through Matt Rhule's time as head coach. And I think looking at this schedule, things aren't going to get any better. And it already looks like a long season ahead for us again. So how can they turn things around? That's anyone's guess. I can tell you how they can do it, but that doesn't mean they're going to do it. And I've already told you how they can do it, but that doesn't mean they're going to do it. There was an interesting tweet that I saw today about Matt Rhule. And I think it was from Rashad from PMP actually posted it on there. I got to find it. Give me 1 second. There's a tweet yesterday. It was an interesting tweet about Matt Rhule. Maybe it wasn't PMP. Yes. So Matt Rhule, listen to this. This is insane to me. Matt Rhule is 1-25 against teams that score them more than 17 points against us. Is 1-25 against teams that scored more than 17 freaking points, man. You know what an average team scores in the NFL? 22.8 points. How bad is that? Is awful. That's just garbage. Listen, Steve Spurrier tried, failed. Nick Saban tried, failed. Urban Meyer tried, failed. Well, he was just an idiot, but he failed. Harbaugh tried, but he went to Michigan, but he went to the Super Bowl. Trying to think if there's another college coach I'm missing that tried to make it in the NFL. But I mean, 1-25 against teams that score them more than 17 points against us. 17, bro. Do a quick Google search, and it'll show you what the average team scores in the NFL, points per game. It's 22.8. Yeah, Bobby Petrino was another one. Thank you, Brandon Hatcher. If I'm Matt Rhule right now, I'm updating my resume, and I'm looking at Arizona State and Nebraska right now. Because unless everything that I said that needs to be done happens, and this team just puts everything together, and by some miracle, we beat the Saints, and then we go and we beat the Cardinals, and we got the only other team I think out of that. There's two teams. I feel that we can beat the Saints. I feel that we can beat the Cardinals. But then you got the Rams and the 49ers. Who else am I missing on that damn list? Rams, 49ers, and the Bucks. Okay. You're literally going to have to beat the Saints. You're going to have to beat the Cardinals. And you're either going to have to beat you're going to have to beat one more team. You're going to either have to beat the 49ers or the Rams. Well, you really need to win 3 out of the 4, but I'll take 2 and 2 out of the Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, and Bucks. And you need to you need to be going 1 and 2 against the Cardinals. But if you go 0 and 3, 0 and 4, 0 and 5, bye Matt Rhule. Smell you later. Good luck at Nebraska or Arizona State, whichever one. But you're going to it's a must win against the Saints. It's a must win from basically here on out, unless we can get to 500 by week 6. Week 5, week 6. If we can get to 500 after week 6, then we're okay. We're still in the middle of the pack. But you literally have to be 500 by week 6. And that's the only way I see Carolina even making an attempt to even go further. But when you got these problems, and it's multiple problems, it's not just Matt Rhule. It's not just this coaching staff. It's players too. Now, do I think that a lot of it has to do with the coaching staff? Yes, because I think that Phil Snow putting Brian Burns in coverage makes no damn sense. Your best pass rusher in coverage makes no damn sense. Then this offense shouldn't be in what as bad as it is when you have a healthy Christian McCaffrey. I know. I'm basically reiterating everything I've said. But if I'm Matt Rhule, I'm going ahead and getting my resume I'm getting my resume done and getting ready to send it over to Nebraska. And like I said, the only way he keeps his job is unless we are 3-3 at week 6, going into week 7. So, because then we've got the Saints, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Baltimore, Denver, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Saints. You got to beat the Saints. You got to beat Arizona. I'm not impressed with San Francisco right now. They could beat them. The Rams, depends if Stafford's playing very well and he starts putting it together, but they haven't impressed me. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, yes, if these teams were playing up to the calibers that they were playing up to last year, would I be going ahead and saying, oh, well, we can't win this game? I'm not going to say that because I feel like this team's talented enough to win games. If the coaching staff would actually play these players correctly and not do stupid shit like Phil Snow telling Brian Burns to drop back in coverage. And the play calling's got to be better on offense. And I mean, we can go, and I'm going to be going and repeating myself already. But I don't think anybody on our schedule besides I'm the only team that I would say that on our schedule besides Tampa Bay and Baltimore are teams that Carolina can't beat. Because Tom Brady's just had our number. And I just don't, I mean, I know they're struggling right now, but I don't see that lasting too long. Unless Tom Brady's really on his way out. But he's having family issues, so you should probably think about getting back home before he loses Giselle. But I mean, they're the only two teams that really scare me on that schedule is the Bucs and me personally, but it's all how we perform at the end of the day. Guys, I appreciate y'all joining the live stream. I appreciate y'all just coming and showing your support. You coming in here and just liking and subscribing and showing your support. That's all I can ask, especially through this, through this video or through this live stream and stuff like that. Much appreciated. Means a lot to me. So, I mean, as long as we stick together, guys, that's all that matters to me. But make sure you pound that like button as you're coming in and coming out. Subscribe to the channel. Click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new raw content. Also, come check out the brand deal. The link is down in the description. Go check it out. Bet USA right there, guys. Bet USA. Go check it out. Sign up bonus 125%. All right. So If you're just coming in, you probably missed my rant earlier. Um, yeah, go check it out. But feel free to go ahead and comment in the comment section. Give me some questions, concerns. Like, you can also go check out, if you haven't gone checked it out, go check out that short clip I posted today off of TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. I've been getting in the TikTok game a little bit. Y'all should go check it out. There's all my let me hide this comment real quick. Sorry, I'll push it back up here. Here's all my social media right here. So feel free to go. I was on Twitter today or last night tweeting a little bit. Go check out the TikTok and also check me out on Instagram. So feel free to go check me out there. Yeah. Feel free to show your support to the channel through the Cash App. It's right there going across the board. It's also in the description of this live stream. Yeah, and as you're coming in, make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. I'm going to go through the comments here since I was ranting, and we're going to start from the top here. Jeff R says the Browns lost to the Jets makes us look like the worst team in the NFL. I think the Jets are better than what a lot of people think. Joe Flacco, yes, I know was back there and it wasn't Zach Wilson, but I think when Zach Wilson gets back there, if Joe Flacco can do what he's doing back there, Zach Wilson can have a field day. I think the Jets are a very slept on team in that division this year, but that's just me. Jeff R said, hit the like button when you come in. If you don't like it, then deselect it before you leave. It helps the channel. No, it doesn't. Don't deselect it. Just freaking like it and leave it as is. But subscribe to the channel. Don't deselect. Just leave it. You don't have to subscribe then if you don't like it. How about that? All right. Making True Money, TMG. I was a Chuba fan when he was in college, but not in the NFL. He's failed me. I mean, he stepped it up last year when McCaffrey came, when McCaffrey was out. But after that, he has kind of, yeah, I'm not going to lie, he has kind of short-sighted us a little bit there. And it is what it is. Very talented in college, don't get me wrong. But this year, he just doesn't look good. Another thing in this game I really liked was Dante Foreman. I really like Dante Foreman. So I was really surprised by that. We should have. He should have had more touches in this game. I think. Dante Foreman should have had way more touches. We're the worst team in the NFL. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, offensively, I would say so. Defensively, I wonder what we're ranked in defense right now. Like defensively in the league. Like I wonder what we're ranked right now. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we're ranked defensively wise. Ooh. Where's our rankings? Piece of shit. So as of right now, Carolina is 14th. Oh, wait. Yeah, it says we're 14th right now. Oh, nope, we went up to 16th. All right, so we're 16th in the league for defense. So, do you think that could be because Rhule doesn't have the respect of the team? Brandon Hatcher, what exactly did you mean on this question? I'm sorry, I'm reading back on these comments. I apologize. What did you mean by this question? When I was ranting, I know I saw y'all commenting as I was ranting. I just wasn't able to respond. That's why I like to just kind of get my thoughts and together and just say what I need to say and get them out there. And remember, Panthology, Ron Rivera, third year, also 1-3, was about fired and then finished 12-4. Not likely, but never know. I mean, I like that mindset. Super Trey Boo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, my friend. Sorry. But I don't think it's a bad. I mean, it would take a miracle. I mean, I would have to see some craziness from this team, man. So, the scary thing about it is Rhule is fired. We may have to start all over. Trade McCaffrey, Burns, to DJ Moore, start from scratch again. That would suck. I don't think we would have to trade, but I know that one thing that is scary right now is that we only have 4 draft picks in this next coming draft. And there's no telling where we're going to be in the first round this year. But if the way we're playing, we'll be 0-16 or 17, whatever, and get the first round draft pick. But I don't think we would have to trade McCaffrey and Burns and more, because what are you going to trade them for? First round draft picks? You want to just go and get all first round draft picks? Another wide receiver, another defensive end, another running back? I don't see that happening. I don't think we would have to trade them. The only person out of that list right there, Brian Burns and DJ Moore, the only person I'm trading off of that is DJ Moore. I'm not trading McCaffrey or Burns, because I think that we could get somebody better than DJ Moore, because we're not properly using him, and that's not DJ Moore's fault. That's our coaching staff's fault. I don't think we're properly using DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore should be used like Deebo Samuel. I really do. And I think they brought Laviska Shenault into this team to do that, but I don't think that's the way you should use him. I think you should be used, but Shi Smith was questionable to play in this game yesterday. Then he had how many drops yesterday? Why wasn't Rashad Higgins or Terrace Marshall thrown in this game? And where was Laviska Shenault that we were told that he would be possibly playing in this game? I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, just bring in a decent coach. You know who to bring in? Brian Leftwich, or you bring in Eric Bieniemy. Planet, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming to the channel. It was so many chances for us to take that damn game yesterday. Oh yeah, we had plenty of chances, but we didn't capitalize in the red zone. And when the defense was able to get off the field and we were able to drive down the field, we didn't score in the red zone. Settle for freaking field goals. I hope y'all had Eddie Pinero on your fantasy team, because he probably put up some decent amount of points for how many field goals he made yesterday. I mean, we fumbled in the first 5 minutes of the game, man. Chuba off the kickoff, and then Robbie Anderson trying to make it on 3rd and 22. Just go down. There's no reason for you to try to go off of a screen pass to try to get a first down on 3rd and 22 when you were stuffed. Just go down, Robbie. You're not Derrick Henry. You're not going to run over dudes. Baker is a crowd thrower, man. Tried to tell you guys I didn't want him, and he not making me change my mind. We got 2 crowd throwers for quarterbacks right now. Maybe change my mind. I can't change your mind. I can say this. I think Baker Mayfield's better than Sam Darnold. And I'd still I don't think Sam Darnold would come back on this team right now and lead us to a 3-0 victory. victories. I just don't see it. Now, I know he started off 3-0 last year, but I don't see it happening now. Honestly, though, at this point, I'm willing to try anything. So if they did throw Sam Darnold in there, go right ahead, because what else do we got to lose? We're already 0-2. He started all 3-0 last year. Not saying that I think it's going to change the game, but worth a fucking shot. I've said what I need to say, guys. Like, I told you how I feel. If you're just coming in here, you missed my whole rant and basically my thoughts and observations of the game. But I'll just run it through. I'll give you my 10 quick, basically my quick thoughts. Basically everything that I thought about yesterday. Basically, I thought the Panthers got off to the worst possible start that they could have. All right. I thought the defense was on their front foot early. There was a lot of missed opportunities. We emerged from the first half pretty positive. Carolina needs to stop dropping Brian Burns back in coverage. It was definitely a rough afternoon for Shi Smith. And why wasn't Terrace Marshall and Higgins thrown into this game? Because we knew going into this game, Shi Smith was questionable. The offense struggled on third down. They were 2 for 12. There was the good, the bad, and the ugly from Baker Mayfield. Aquanu made mistakes in key moments. And we have a long road ahead of us. That's all I got to say. That's basically, that's what I said. But in a longer version. All those opinions and thoughts. This is what it is. And this is where we are at. And did I expect anything different? Not really. But I will say this. Matt Rhule better be going ahead and updating that resume to go to Nebraska and Arizona State. And whoever else is looking for a head coach in college football. Matt Rhule better get his resume ready for Nebraska and Arizona State, because there are only 2 jobs I know of right now that are open. If there's another one, let me know. But I can tell you right now, to him, Nebraska and Arizona State ain't looking too bad right now. So 5 minutes left here. I'll leave out the comment section for everybody that's coming in and coming out. Make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, click that post notification bell. Check out the betusa.com app if you're a degenerate bettor like myself. Use the link down in my description. Get 125% sign-up bonus. Feel free to hit that Cash App. It's right there going across the board, and it's down in my description. Or feel free to use that super chat and help me out with that. But I'll leave the comment section for a nice little Q&A. So hit it up. So hit it up. I'm done ranting, but I will answer some questions that you may have for me. Feel free to guys to go back. This is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to go back and watch it. Anybody watching the Bills game right now? I got it on right here on my screen. I hope the Titans are beating them right now. I haven't checked the score. Yeah, a little Q&A to end the night, though, guys. I'll end it off with this nice little Q&A nightcap. Sorry, I'm starving. Trying to finish up my meal prep for the day. Appreciate everybody coming in the live chat, live and hanging out with me and listening to me rant a little bit. Am I not seeing y'all's comments? I guess y'all are just staring at me because I have a Q&A up, which means you can ask me some questions and I give you some answers. Maybe one of these days, if people want to do this, I will leave a link to the live stream when I do another live stream where you can click on it and try to come in. And y'all can just come on and hop on the show and have like a nice little Q&A with me. We can do that actually right now. Anybody interested? When Rhule is fired, who's your first choice to replace him? Eric Bieniemy. I like Flores too. I also like Leftwich. Yeah, I know. I have it to subscribers only. So I figure the people that were in here, they got to subscribe to come on the live. That's the reason why I did it. Maybe one day I'll try to see if maybe more people want to come on. Make sure you're pounding that like button though, guys. All right. Clay, when did you become a Panthers fan? Planet, I became a Panthers fan since I can remember. When I was like 4 years old, my parents bought me a Charlotte Hornets jersey of Muggsy Bowe. No joke. And I guess when I went down there to a Charlotte Hornets game, I saw the stadium. I was like, who is that? And my dad told me it was the Carolina Panthers. And he was like, and then I was like, well, I might as well be a Panthers fan because they're the closest to where I live anyways. And then I love Charlotte. So kind of just loved the Panthers ever since. And then when I was 13, I went to my first Panthers game. It was a preseason game back in the day against the Steelers. And then I've been to games and tailgates ever since. I only live like 3 hours away from Charlotte. I live in the dirty Myrtle. The Dirtle. So that's how I became a Panthers fan. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with them. I'm not one of those people that just hops off and goes to team. Like, I can't stand people that do that, even if they lose. Like, think about being a Buffalo Bills fan and losing 4 straight Super Bowls. Justin Brady goes, this is awesome. Yo, what's going on, Lomax? Also, yeah, I know. One of these days, I'll change it off of subscribers. Matt has some secret love affair with Tepper. It seems like the guy should have been booted last year. Probably so, man. But I was one of the supporters of saying give him a third year because he's that coach that when he was at Temple and Baylor, his third year was always the best year. And it stayed consistent after that because he would win after that third year. He was a winning coach every year. You know, he was winning 9, 10, 11, 12 games in his even after the third year when he was with teams. So it's coaches either when they come to the NFL, they either do well or they don't. like Spurrier, Nick Saban, Petrino. Either they do good or they don't. It's probably very rare, like Jim Harbaugh. He went to the Super Bowl, but yeah, he just has a better deal at Michigan. Some guys, they're probably all getting paid the same there too. I think that's probably why Jim Harbaugh hasn't come back to the NFL. He's making the same money. He might have something on Tepper. Who knows? Who knows? Could be. Who knows? We can make it accusations, but all we want. We may never know. That was a pound of rice and a pound of chicken just gone. That's how you get huge. Eric B. next year. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like him or Leftwich. I even like Brian Flores too. Tomlin, I would take Tomlin in a heartbeat. I love Tomlin. He's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. Love him. Dude, even with a trash-ass team, even with this team, we'd still be 500. We'd still be a 500 team with Tomlin. We'd be a 500 team probably last year with Tomlin. Steelers may never fire him. He'll still go 500 this year. Watch. Even maybe once they put Kenny Pickett in, watch him go above 500. I like Leftwich too. I think Leftwich would be a good coach. I think Leftwich would be a great coach. I think Leftwich would be good. Eric Bennett, B. I'd even give Steve Wilkes a chance. I give Steve Wilkes a chance. I think he got a bad set of cards over when he was playing for the Cardinals. I'd still give him a chance. I think he got a bad deal over at the Cardinals. I've been watching Panthers. Justin Brady says, I've been watching the Panthers since their inaugural season. Collins was the failure then, now Rhule. So when will the disappointment end? The disappointment will end when we put things together and this coaching staff stops doing stupid shit and puts players in the right position to make to that where they should be. And the one example right now is, why is DJ Moore not being used by like Deebo Samuel? I don't understand it. Your offense should not be inefficient when you have a healthy Christian McCaffrey. And Phil Snow needs to stop putting damn Brian Burns in coverage. Makes no damn sense. Your best pass rusher was going up against Evan Neal this yesterday, who is a rookie who should have been cooking him the whole game. But you decided to put him on in about it was like a certain amount of plays that Brian Burns was in coverage, and it was way too many. I think it was like 16 or something like that. I'll take Letwith or Eric B. To be honest, we need an offensive-minded coach. Yeah, I think so too. I like Flores too. I think he did very well for Miami when he was there. But the guy that Miami has now, He ain't bad. I mean, if you saw that Miami game yesterday, that game was crazy, boy. A lot of close games yesterday. If if we lose to the Saints, Rhule needs to go. Rhule will not get fired till after week 6. If anything, doesn't matter. I promise you, he will not get fired until after week 5 or 6. Mark my words on that. I know that Tepper will have his patience done if we lose to the Saints, but I just don't see you firing a guy after 3 games. I don't see it. It's not going to help us out. It's not going to save our season if we just go ahead and fire Matt Rhule right now. Exactly. Phil Snows needs to try to use college coverage defense. He needs to stop trying to use college coverage defense, or he needs to try to use college coverage defense. I'm not sure what you meant there, Ken. Sorry. Phil Snow or won't harp too hard on. I like Phil Snow. I think he's a very, very good defensive coach. Don't put your best pass rusher in coverage. It makes no sense. Tua turned us all from doubters to believers for a game. I mean, he did. I mean, he came back and won that game, had over 600 yards passing, 6 TDs. Good Lord, man. That was insane. This is going to be a rough couple weeks waiting until week 6. Yeah. I mean, we all are. Unless he listen, if he can, I'm telling you right now, Matt Rhule can put us at 3-3 going into week 7. I mean, we're in the middle of the pack. Could turn things around, but you're going to have to go 3-3 going into week 7, or he is gone. I promise you right now. He can't be 2-4. He can't be 1-5. He's going to have to be 3-3 at best to keep his job past week 6. I'm telling you right now. But I'm telling you right now, if I'm Matt Rhule, I'm going ahead and updating my resume, and I'm sending it over to Nebraska and Arizona State just in case. I'm telling you right now. Should we fire Scott Fitterer also, or keep him and let him hire the new coach? I like Scott Fitterer. I don't see any problems with Scott Fitterer. I don't think Scott Fitterer is the problem here. I think Scott Fitterer is very good at scouting and drafting guys, and I like what he's done so far. I think we keep him. I don't have anything against Scott right now. All right, he's not the problem. Scott Fitterer, we get rid of Scott Fitterer. That, you know what I mean? Like, I would keep Scott Fitterer way over Matt Rhule any day of the week, right? So, we keep Scott for sure. I like Scott. I have a good feeling about him, and I hope they keep him. I hope that this doesn't, for us to be, if they do decide to fire Matt Rhule, I hope they don't decide to fire Scott Fitterer with him. I hope that's not the case. And I don't think they will. Oh, yes. Okay, Ken. Thank you for updating that for me. Yeah, he does need to stop the college. I don't disagree there. You can have the best players in the league, but if the coach isn't using them correct, or if the coach doesn't really care, the team isn't going anywhere. Well, that's true. One thing though, and I mean, I know I might be mad and I might be a little bit upset about this, loss, and but damn, Matt Rhule's got a punchable face, man. He's got the most punchable face besides Sean Payton. Like, he sits there on the sideline like this the whole game. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He's just like this. Like, I'm like, dude, I want to punch you in the face so bad. Yeah, I mean, we can't fire Matt Rhule until after week 6. Just can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Week 5, week 6, mark my words, it'll happen. Mark 5 or 6. So, If they do it before then, I mean, I'm not going to be mad about it. I just don't know if it's the smartest move. So, I mean, maybe it is better to do it earlier and let somebody else coach and try to change things up and kind of have like a fresh start in these guys' mind. I don't know. I just don't think that makes sense, you know? Yeah, I just think we accomplished nothing. Man, it's looking like a tank for the Bama or Ohio State quarterback. Um, I'm not really sure about either of them, man. I don't even know if they're going to be good. That's the problem with these like drafting quarterbacks, man. Like, do we really know how good these guys are going to be? You know, in the first round, like how many? Like, think about how many busts that have come in the NFL that were first round draft picks, just like Sam Darnold. I mean, we maybe. I mean, I don't know if you could consider or Baker Mayfield a first round bust, but I mean, you know, that's the thing that sucks about getting a quarterback in the draft. You don't know if they're going to be good. And I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see. The reason why I say that is because I'm not a big fan of the Ohio State QB right now. I like Bama's QB. I would take. I think I like him over. I like Young over Stroud for sure. I don't like Stroud as much as I like Young. I think Young's better, in my opinion. But we'll see. I want us to turn it around, but will we? I don't know. Neither do I. Yeah, I could tell you what they need to do, and I can sit here and tell y'all, what to do. It's just like me trying to tell y'all to pound that like button, but just for some reason, it just doesn't seem to happen. Y'all saw where I went there. Y'all saw where I went there. I'm just busting y'all's balls, but make sure you pound that like button. Damn it! All right, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I could sit here and tell you what I think they need to do at the end of the day. I can tell you what I can observe the game and say what we did wrong and what we should have done instead and what adjustments we need to make at halftime, like I've done on my live streams during the games. But does that mean that they're going to do it? No. I mean, should I apply to be the next Carolina Panthers head coach? Send them my Madden resume? Possibility. Y'all should. That would be awesome. I saw this TikTok one time. I'm not kidding. This guy sent in his NCAA football resume to be the head coach for the University of Minnesota. And I was like, that would be hilarious to some guy if I like applied to be a head coach at an NFL team and send in my Madden resume. That would be awesome. Yeah, keep Fitter. Keep him. He's good. Exactly. We need to keep Scott. Give him a chance to run the show for sure. I think Tepper will. I really feel like Tay Hayes, cornerback, was on the 53-man roster, and he'd help us a lot. I don't think Hayes at the corner position for this team is not the problem. The only thing that I see in the problem right now on this position wise is probably quarterback, tight end, possibly. I mean, yeah, Ian Thomas had a decent game, and and maybe free safety. No, not free safety. Am I thinking free safety or strong safety? I think I'm thinking strong safety, if I'm not mistaken. Why do I always get that mixed up? But no, I mean, other than that, I don't know who I don't think the corner position is a problem. Now, to the extent of Dante Jackson's injury, we need to look that up. How bad is Dante Jackson's injury? That is a huge question. What is the extent of it? Hamstring, said Monday he hopes to play due to a hamstring injury. Underwent an MRI afterward, but examination apparently didn't reveal anything to concern. He's considered day-to-day. Oh, that's actually good. That is really good. All right, good news on Dante. If you don't know, Dante Jackson is day-to-day right now from that hamstring injury that he suffered yesterday. And he says he hopes to play on Sunday. So that's good. I think Scott may do a better job picking a coach than Tepper. I would probably so. Probably so. You know, Scott Fitter was part of that Legion of Boom defense for Seattle. He was the one who created all that and drafted Russell Wilson. So Scott Fitter knows what he's doing. I agree with that. Scott should pick a coach. I like that. Yep, me too. Scott is good. Scott is good. God is good. Scott is good and God is good. Who know? Maybe the season will turn around. I doubt it, though. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. I'm trying to stay positive the best way I can, guys. But y'all coming in here and showing your support to me is good enough support for me, guys. That's all I ask. You liking and subscribing means the world to me. Y'all understand the support for this channel and growing this family. That's all I want to do. Grow this Carolina family and yeah. So one of these days, guys, though, I will do a live stream and I'll invite y'all on to come on. And so if you're a subscriber and everything, I'm going to invite y'all to come on and maybe we'll do like a nice little Q&A that way. Kind of have y'all come on like individually and just ask me a question like while you're on screen with me. And I'll do that one day. All right. I think week 5 would be more than fair. However, we lose to the Saints game, then I wouldn't mind him going their following week there either. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how Tepper holds his temper, I guess you can say. How Tepper holds his temper. Well, that's the best way I can say it. Rhule always looks, yeah, remember, I'm telling you, man, he's got the most punchable face just sitting there on the sideline. There goes the shooting star. Dumbass. We fire Matt Rhule, have Steve Wilkes as interim. Even we pursue Brian Flores in the offseason. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Flores either. So, but I think that this team really needs an offensive coach. So, and Brian Flores is not an offensive guy. He's a defensive guy. So it's either Brian Leftwich for me or Eric B for me. I like both of those. And there's some other guys out there that are pretty good that I wouldn't mind either. But the list, there's a list there. So, when fans coaching the team better, it's a problem. No, my sports chat won't let a say my team sucks. I agree. Yeah. What about Chris Winkie? Man, the Panthers are cursed with quarterbacks. Cam, one good year, then went crazy with the hats and nonsense. They can't land a quarterback. I mean, Cam had more than one good year. I mean, we all know that. He had more than one good year. It wasn't just, when he started going into his fashion statement and stuff like that. But I kind of fucks with this fashion statement. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know maybe some people are probably like, Clay, you're weird, but I love clothes and shoes anyway, so that's my problem. I have more shoes and clothes than a woman does. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Chin and Xavier Woods are fine in the back end. Yeah, I mean, I think we could just do better than Xavier Woods, but, that's neither here nor there. I like Chin, though, for sure. No question. Rhule make that odd face because, to be honest, he is clueless. He's a great person and a great college coach, just not football NFL material. And that's literally the same mindset I have. I think Matt Rhule probably outside of the NFL and, not on the field. If you saw him out, I'm sure he's the nicest guy in the world. I'm not kidding you. I have a feeling he would shake your hand, have a nice little conversation with you. But he's just not football. He's just not NFL material, and it sucks. But, because I was hoping he would come in here and do well because I really like Matt Rhule, but it's just sometimes it's like it's like a toxic relationship, right? Like you just got to know when to get out. When shit gets toxic in a relationship, you just got to know when to get out. All right. It's the same thing with NFL coaching. When they're not doing a 50, even going above 500 or even getting to 500, it's time to go. It's time to go. Got to know when to walk away. We literally to a Super Bowl not too long ago. How did we fall this far? I just think that, well, we definitely didn't draft well until we went all defense. Cam getting hurt and then getting rid of Cam. But we saw what happened after we got rid of Cam. I mean, he didn't do much. So it wouldn't probably help. He probably wouldn't have helped us any more than he did with the Patriots and that, I mean, who's to say that he would have done better than what we've got right now? I can't say that, unfortunately. I wish. Trust me, if I could have prime Cam back, trust me, there would be no question. But unfortunately, that's never gonna. He will, even when we got rid of him, and I guess from that injury, he was never going to be the same. And sometimes that's just how it is, man. That's how football ends up with these guys, man. You think that they're like superheroes and they're just gonna last forever, but that's just not how it works in the NFL. All I want is a decent football team. Yep. I'd take 500 all day right now. Rhule probably needs to go, but I see Carolina has too many players who don't care. That's a problem. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, there's some players that don't care, and I don't think it's their fault that they don't care. I think it's more of the coaching staff that has put it on this team and on themselves for these players not to care anymore. Because there's fans that are starting to not care anymore. And I think that's another reason why when we look at watching these games, or when I've gone to Carolina games, I've seen more fans in our stands from the other team than Carolina does, because they're sick and tired of losing. I'll fix Eric B. a damn dinner to sign that contract, Clay. Hey, man, you can fix me a damn dinner too while you're at it, because I can eat. But no, I hear you. No, I hear you. You better give him that. You're going to have to give him that filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? That damn loaded baked potato, on the side of asparagus. You're going to have to make it look like you're serving him Ruth's Chris over there. Cam was good, just didn't last long due to injuries over time. Yep. That's what I'm saying. James B. Payden. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I apologize. But bad part is that if he fires him before week 8, in my opinion, it looks bad from the outside, and the good coaching candidates will turn it down. I mean, I don't think that they'll turn it down. They got to know that this team has talent, man. This team has more talent. I think this team has more talent than the Browns do. I think they got more talent than the Giants do. I mean, if we're looking at the rest of the schedule, I think Carolina's got more talent than a lot of teams in this league. And unfortunately, it's just that I think it's just coming down to now that we're really we can't sit here and make excuses anymore about this coaching staff. We can't say, well, this player didn't do this or this player didn't do that. Well, maybe because of the coaching staff and what they're telling these players to do and coaching them up the way they're coaching them up. That's the reason why they're not making the plays, and also putting people like Brian Burns in coverage. Makes no damn sense. Don't put Brian Burns in coverage. Shi Smith dropped how many passes yesterday and was questionable to come in this game? Why wasn't Terrace Marshall or Higgins thrown in there instead? Where's LaVisca Chenault? Why isn't DJ Moore getting used like Deebo Samuel? Why is this offense so inefficient with a healthy Christian McCaffrey? Those are all the questions you got to ask. Why isn't Brady Christensen and Athline and Corbett doing better? Why is Icky messing up? Why is Moton messing up? Why does Frankie Louvu look so good, though? Why does Derek Brown look so much better now? It's like when we've been good, there were certain players like Louvu and Derek Brown that didn't step up. But now when we're bad, I've noticed that these guys that haven't stepped up are now stepping up. So I'm kind of confused. You know? I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, why? I don't blame them from moving on with Cam. I don't either. I don't blame them for moving on with Cam. I didn't think it was going to be any better. We obviously saw that when he went to New England. I think his injuries were worse than what they were. I really do. It was a $20 million guess on a hurt Cam or Teddy that was looking like a true starting QB. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater couldn't even get us out of this situation right now either. I'm not going to take Teddy check down the clown over anybody else right now. I would take him over Baker Mayfield myself. Firing Rhule is better if we do it sooner than better. I think so too. I think if you do it, I don't see them doing it earlier, but I think if they do it, it kind of opens up a fresh air in that locker room. And unfortunately, I think the players do like Matt Rhule because he's a likable guy. He's just, like we've said before, and y'all have said it with me, and I've said it with you. He's just not NFL material. I personally feel like Matt Rhule can get us to 8 to 9 wins. He should. I personally feel like if Matt Rhule can get us to 8 or 9 wins, he should say. I mean, he can. If he gets us to 8 to 9 wins, he saves his job. That's the funny thing. But I think actually, I don't even think 8 wins will save him his job. I think he has to get 9, because at least if you get 9 wins, you have a winning record, and then you also might even still have a chance to a wild card spot with 9 wins this year. So, you got a tough stretch. Saints, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Bucks. Then after that, I think you got Cincinnati after the Bucks. If I'm not mistaken. I got to double check the schedule. No, then you're at Atlanta, then Cincinnati. But Cincinnati hasn't looked great. But like I said, none of these teams have looked great in this game, this stretch. I don't think New Orleans looks great. I don't think Arizona's looked great. I don't think San Francisco's looked that good. I don't think Los Angeles looked that great. And I don't think Tampa's looked that great. Atlanta definitely has it. And Cincinnati is 0-2. So, I don't know. Could we all be overreacting saying get rid of Matt Rhule? Possibility. But he's going to have to prove us wrong. Hey, what's your thoughts on Akeem Aquano? I keep noticing him missing blocks. It's going to happen, man. He's a rookie. Guys like rookie left tackles are going to make mistakes, man. It's expected. I knew he was going to make mistakes. People want him at left guard. He is not a left guard, man. He didn't play left guard in college. He played left tackle in college. He was the best left tackle in the draft and in the country. Give him some time. Christensen's not going to do any better. I can tell you that because he's not doing good at left guard. So what makes you think he's going to do any better at left tackle? Tell Cody on CP3 that what makes you think that he's going to, because Cody on CP3, their podcast, which I love those guys on there. They're all good. But Cody, what I want to know from him is explain to me how moving Christensen to the left tackle is going to, and moving Icky onto the inside is going to make things better on the offensive line. Christensen ain't going to do much better against Myles Garrett. I can tell you that. He ain't going to do much better against Lawrence. And those other guys on the defensive line, he's just not. Christensen is not that good. He's better at left guard. Leave him there. There's a reason why Icky. Now, if they switch it, if they move Brady Christensen to the outside and put Icky on the inside and it gets better, then I'll shut up. But for right now, I haven't seen much difference in them. But Cody on CP3, man, that guy, go watch him. He will talk about it till he's about to jump through the screen, blue in the face, red and all, that Icky should be going to left guard and Christensen should go to left tackle. And really, if you go watch both of them play, I don't see much of a difference. Honestly. But that's just my opinion. I'm not talking about shit about the CP3 podcast because I have nothing against them. I'm just saying, when I watch him, I just know Cody's always talking about it, which is funny. He gets so mad about it. I just love watching the other Panther YouTubers besides myself, just watching them get mad because then it makes me, because like I know I get mad on here, but like seeing them get mad too just makes me feel better. So it's like I know I'm not the only one. Eric B, what he is able to do with no Hill shows his coaching ability on offense. Yeah. And obviously, when you've got probably the best quarterback, in my opinion, I still think Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in this league. Josh Allen's good, but I don't think he's better than Pat Mahomes right now. I still don't. Until the Bills win their division and then win a Super Bowl, then we'll talk. This is how Matt Rhule answers questions. I will look at the tape. He says that every week. Is he learning anything from it? I don't know. I really don't know. But that locker room and the practice this week better be very intense. It better be balls to the wall. Matt Rhule better be getting these guys fired up, trying to get them, back on, on his side. He's got to bring them together. He's got to. That's one thing that he's gonna have to do is get this locker room back on his back. He's got to get them, with him together. He's got to band this team together and get everybody on the same page, or he's gone. I'm telling you. That's part of it too, because some of these players, I can tell you right now, don't want to be playing for him because of this. They're tired of losing. But some of these guys also got to step up. I can't say that either. Listen, we can't blame this all on Rhule. At the end of the day, players have got to step up too, man. But the coaching staff has put this upon themselves by the way they use the players. And the play calling has been awful on the offensive side, though. So Ben McAdoo should be on the hot seat because we've seen what he has done in the past, too. And I don't know why we hired Ben McAdoo in the first place. Still will never understand that hire for offensive coordinator. That was the biggest. I thought that was. I did not like it. Cam was done by 2016. Too many hits and injuries. If Carolina can't beat Jameis Winston, then they are done. Probably so, because Jameis Winston is also dealing with 4 fractures in his back. So, Matt for Ron. So, that was an absolute bust, in my opinion. Yeah, we should have never gotten rid of Ron Rivera. I didn't like it either because I think Ron Rivera was a good coach. Still is a good coach, obviously. He got our number last year with Taylor Hinkie. With Taylor freaking Hinkie last year, Ron Rivera had our number. Come on, man. You got coached by Ron Rivera, number 1, but then you lost against Taylor Hinkie. That's bad. That's pretty bad. $25 likes, guys. That's good. I appreciate that. I'd love to get it to 50 likes if we can. Matt, he owned Matt and company. Yeah. I mean, Ron Rivera got us last year, man. So I'd love to get him back. Is that game back on? Let's see. Is the Bills game back on? All right, looks like the Bills game back on. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off for the night. I appreciate you coming and listening to me rant a little bit, give you my opinion about Matt Rhule, give you my observations from yesterday's game, my thoughts and opinions. As you're leaving, please make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment on this video even afterwards. I will comment. I will comment back to you. Also, go check out the Carolina Panthers Den on Facebook. Go check them out on Facebook, guys. The Carolina Panthers Den. They're awesome. Also, go check out my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can follow me there. Go ahead and follow me and let me know you're a subscriber to the channel. Also, feel free to support the channel with that Cash App. It's right there going across the board there, or it's my Cash App's down in the description. You can also do a super chat on here. Also, go check out betusa.com. The link is down in my description right here, guys. I know that it's in the way, but that's fine. I'll cover my ugly face for a minute. But betusa.com. All right. 125% for your first sign up. All right. And deposit. 125% bonus. All right. Use the link down in my description. All right. Other than that, guys, going to go live again more this week. So click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the lives. I will be going live again this week, probably either tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, for sure Wednesday. I'll have a video come out on Friday for the preview and prediction for the Saints. If you want me to go live again another day this week, I will. I try to do about 4 or 5 times a week, try to post that much. But other than that, everybody, thank you for the support. Thank you for coming on here and showing your support just by pounding the like button, subscribing, post notifications bell. That's all I ask. Let's grow this family, man. And as the further we grow, the more I can do for you guys to give giveaways, stuff like that. Get y'all more involved because I want to get you as my subscribers and fans more involved. So yeah. Also make sure you share the videos too, guys. You can also do that. Share the live stream, share the videos. If you like one of my videos I post, share it. If you I'm going live that night, share it. So all that kind of stuff helps, man. Just a little bit by little goes a long way. So, all right. So I'm going to hop off of here. Enough of that. Thank you for joining again. And as always, guys, keep pounding.